What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classic Line blog. You know I want to say God bless America when I'm standing beside the American flag. And I just want you guys to thank you so much for all your well wishes on, I'm telling my birthdays, passings of my family, this channel, buildings, new construction, old construction, rentals. Listen, the best is yet to come. Thank you so much for the 10 years on this channel. And I just want to thank you for all the things that you guys have contributed to my life and that I contribute to yours. And so listen, I hope this year can be even better, and I hope you grab the book, All Roads Lead to Real Estate. We're talking about digital real estate, online to the real dirt in your hand, and we'll have lots of good commentary inside that book to help you navigate how can you grow in this economy and also grow and play Monopoly in real life for you and your family. You guys, this doesn't have to be the worst time in our economy. It can be one of the best if you make a decision and move forward in your life. This is your girl Erica. Thank you.
Oh, what's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica. It's a late night show. Come in, drop your city and state. You know what we do. It's the summertime. We got a few more shows before we're on sabbatical. I'm actually packing to fly right now, but I have some really great shows already pre-recorded for you guys and some cool stuff. But this is live, so hit me up. This is live. As you see, we have the Trump trades right there, bird flu stocks, and Inner Circle membership. If you joined the Inner Circle in the past week, which several of you have, I'm so excited to have you guys in there. I'm super excited for the events we're going to do this year. We will be messaging, I think most of y'all on Friday. You'll also get a text to my direct number inside the Inner Circle. We'll also be shaping up to find out what are some of the land lots and things you guys need in there. And I'm super excited. So salute to that group. If you see this video, you know who you are. All right. But let's get into it. Okay. Texas real estate crashing. Inbound marketing and marketers are liars. I love saying marketers are liars because it's the truth. Okay. So we're going to have some silly and we're going to have some serious. First, I'm going to start out with, before we get into all the Texas crashing and also Texas loans and how to get Texas mortgages, I'm going to show you two things that I think are hilarious. I always try to start the show with a little funny, then a little serious. So let's kick it off with the funny first. What's good? Super excited, you guys. All right, here we go. Let me share the screen. Might help if I'm sharing the screen, right? Might help. I get that together first. What's up, Texas Land Geek? How you doing tonight? Charleston in the building. I'm gonna be in Charleston in a second. I need to get some Charleston biscuits and not pimento cheese because I'm not a fan, but some other stuff out of Charleston here shortly. Here you guys go.
Who feels like that? You felt like that?
No.
Throw that shit away.
First thing you tell yourself when you feel like giving up.
Who feels like that? You felt like that?
No.
All right. So, you're going to say these people are delulu. Sometimes you feel like giving up. And I really want y'all to understand that when you get really sold on an ideal, either it's for you, yourself, your job, it's hard to unsell somebody, right? We'll see people married to people that we like, don't marry that guy. He's terrible for you. And they'll be married 10 years and then they get divorced. You're like, why'd you stay with him? Girl, I should have been left 10 years ago. But what? They were convinced. And so I'm really big on telling y'all, people are convinced. They are just absolutely hands down convinced. You can't stop them from being convinced. Okay. And I think it's so important for me to bring this up because a lot of times y'all message me, Erica, I'm feeling imposter syndrome. I'm feeling this. I'm like, are you convinced? Do you believe in yourself? Do you think that makes sense? Do you, the ideal you're sharing with me, did your mom and daddy talk you out of it? Who talked you out of it? That you're no longer convinced. And that's a big thing I really want to convey with you guys all the time. People ask me, well, how do you get the courage to do it? How do you do? You just keep going. These are actors. They're putting on characters. Yes. But in general, when you talk to some people out here, if you I'm trying to think nice the way to say this. If you get up every day, you're taking your supplements, you're working out, you're walking, you're active with your family and kids, and somebody can come by and say something like, well, do you have diabetes? Do you have high blood pressure? You're going to look at them crazy. Like, no, I do this, I do that. I take care of myself. You're convinced. And you have either the body or the health to prove it. You're convinced because you know what you do daily on a daily basis. But most people out here, when you interact with them on society, are not convinced because they aren't really doing it. They aren't really doing it. They're not taking a lot of action. And so they're like, I just don't know, Erica. People are saying this. Okay, well, let's try that again. People are saying that, but what does it matter what people say if you're daily getting up, taking action, right? Now, how did I become so convinced about social media and digital marketing and all this stuff? It's because I sat in rooms and I actually took what the people told me to do when I first started and did the work. When I was reading all these books and I was taking action consistently, I was putting money in my stock account. I had an appendix surgery. I got up, I was like, oh my God, I have money in this account. Where's it coming from? All the dividend stocks I've been investing in for 2-3 years. Okay, when I had other issues going on, the rental properties, different things at every step of the way. Once you're investing in yourself daily, will you have a hiccup? Will you say, man, I don't know if this is a shaky one, right? And they show you all these entrepreneurs who are like, I could just go get a job tomorrow. But you know what I do whenever I feel like, man, bills ain't hitting, like I only hit 20K this month, something's wrong. I go look up job descriptions. That's how I know. That's how when y'all be telling me, Erica, you don't know the job market because you ain't looking. I look because one, I got to craft information to put on Indeed to get employees, one, truckers and otherwise, and had to do for cold callers. End up using some Egyptian cold callers at this point though. And so when I read these descriptions, I go, girl, you already doing that. Girl, you already doing that. Why would you stress, right? Or if you have these digital products, if you're proud of what you created, why wouldn't I tell you about it? Why wouldn't I try to help you? It's like whenever you're in a grocery store and somebody's like, do you know where this type of ketchup is? And if you know, you're like, yes, I know exactly what the ketchup is. The low sugar ketchup for children. Yes, let me tell you about it. It changed my life. That's how y'all be about drinks you get at Starbucks, nightclubs, hookah places. You know, the Turkey Hut when it was popping. Let me tell you about the Turkey Hut. Y'all have that much conviction for the Turkey Hut, for the hookah lounge, for the chicken and waffles place than you do for yourself. And here's a step further. I mean, I'm just gonna go there. A lot of y'all are so skeptical of Black businesses because you're skeptical of yourself. Let's go there. Because when I go to little stores and the Asians own it or whoever owns it, I'm looking to see if it's extra clean in there. Because I know how they do. I'm skeptical of the cleaning. No, Erica, no. Yes, I'm skeptical of the cleaning. I've seen too many Chinese food restaurants. I've seen too many stores owned by foreigners and they just be dusty and dirty and y'all be in there just lined up to spend your money. But let the Black restaurant run out of forks while the dishwasher going. You see, that's why I don't do Black business, because they can't even keep forks on the table. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the craziest scenarios y'all come up with. And I'd be like, what's going on? And so in Digital Liberty Warriors, we're working more on it this next 2 weeks. We're SEO affiliate marketing, right? Digital real estate, right? Why am I so convinced? Because I do it. Because daily someone's calling, someone's emailing, someone's checking up. You know, even if I've been away, if I don't do videos for 2 months, it don't matter. Somebody is in the emails like, hey, where you at? What you doing? Where's the link? Every day we get at least 20 emails. Where's this link? Where's that link? Consulting calls, this, that. They're asking for our business daily. Right? So that's before we even hit a ad. Because we done made so many videos, we're inconsistent. What people are wishing is they're going to see if you're convinced, and if you're consistent. So I just saw a video, watched a piece of it because y'all sent it to me, and I commented under it for JT Pocket Watching. It was on Jay Morrison, and I was like, why would Jay Morrison's ex-girlfriend from like 10 plus years ago, 12 years ago, be talking about him? Because she ain't got no motion in her life. Let's go there. She ain't got no motion. All marketers are liars. To a degree, right? So if he was marketing, I mean, she literally says in the video, he was living with his baby mama, driving a car that was financed by her. Nothing was in his name, but then she picked him up and she financed a car, and then he was living with her. So at some point, you have to ask yourself, sis, why are you in this interview? Are you embarrassed of the years you spent with him? Are you embarrassed for yourself for financing a car for somebody? Are you mad you didn't get to go on the ride later when he blew up? And now he's super famous. You got to ask these questions. Why are this person doing this? Because if somebody did something with you 5, 6, 7 years ago, and they have not improved their life, it's almost saying like that was the pinnacle of their life. and everything stopped after that. But that can't be true, right? Because y'all should all have what? Some motion. So let me get out of there before I say something ugly. Now, again, many people, Erica, why are we, let's stay focused on business. Don't talk about people. All right. Well, I'll stay focused on business and I'll tell y'all more business stuff. But I just know how it is. Right now, a lot of y'all are, it has to almost have a hip hop slant to it for y'all to be interested. So I'm just going to go there though. Let me do one more. This is e-commerce, and then I'm going to get on to the real estate. All right. This is a video from Juan Valdez. Now he's talking about a thing called Her Fantasy. Okay, I'm gonna give you a 30-second here. Her fantasy box is the very exact to a T copy of another deodorizing brand. And I actually have a thing of it in here in the house. Hold on. I have my suitcase right over here. Okay, let me see. I have it. Do I have it? I'm not even sharing my screen. Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. Y'all gotta. It's getting ghetto in here. Getting ghetto. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so this is Juan Valdez. He does a great job. He breaks down. There's two guys I could give y'all, because if y'all don't believe me, I'm okay with it, because you know what I'm saying. I just know what the deal is. Okay, so this is It Works. See if I put it near my face. Does this work? It? Dang it, it won't. The filter. Oh, there it is. There it is. Kind of. Okay, it's called It Works. All right, it's called It Just Works. All right. So it's a body deodorizing supplement. Now, I was introduced to that because she was on all the bougie and travel and how to live like a European and how to live upper class videos, very, very bougie, very fancy. Even the decorations are very, very, very white, very small letters. You're like, you wouldn't know what it was unless you read it. Okay. And then this came out maybe around the same time. I'd say 2-3 months after, because once something gets popular, everybody puts their slant on it. And if you're in the Digital Liberty Warriors, we've gone over ecom multiple times. We'll go over it again. As I buy and order things, this is like same here, the filter. Okay. Prima Queen Health, same thing. It's beef organs, just focused towards women, and they make like 30 million. They made like 30 million last year. So this is their branding. Very girly coloring. If you notice all the beef organs for men, it's very brown, black, heavy men covers. All right. So just giving you that heads up. Okay. Because some of the same companies are making all the stuff. So this is Her Fantasy Box. Now let me give you a 30-second wrap up. Her Fantasy Box is just the ghetto version of the hood urban version, excuse me, I don't mean ghetto, of It Just Works and one other deodorizing brand. Why? Because they went on a spree and they paid every Black woman creator in the world to hold up these best feminine hygiene products. Okay. And again, it started with the deodorizer. It's just a body deodorizer. It's summertime. People are sweating heavy. It just helps your body cleanse, detox. This is a big word. Detox. People out here eating chitlin sandwiches and fried hot Cheetos every day. And then be like, why does this person not smell pleasant? It's garbage in, garbage out. Okay, let's just say it that way. Now, but if you look, they've made an extensive brand over women. Now, why does it make so much money to focus on women? Okay. It makes money to focus on women because at the end of the day, let's say I'm selling these products to you and I have a cross company that I like. I'm going to put it in the emails because I know not only will you buy supplements for you, you'll buy supplements for your kids and you'll buy supplements for your husband. You'll buy supplements for your parents, for your mom, your dad. Like I do it all the time, right? And so what happens is this focused on an insecurity. Don't be stinky out there, right? Nobody wants to be the stinky person in the car ride, in the show, in the anything, okay? So again, let's just go there for a second. Let's see if I can push play a little bit for what I was trying to show y'all.
This is a business that was started back in 2022, right? There's articles online that kind of go over when they got started. But as you guys can see here, this business was founded literally in 2022 by this public health graduate, Kayla, and her partner as well. And so really, when you come across a business that has had this kind of explosive growth, where in 2 years they have done over $50 million, you obviously have to kind of pay attention and kind of get familiar with what allowed them to have this kind of growth. So
the funniest thing about this video, and y'all can go watch this on your own spare time, is the fact that he is a man, and a lot of the men ecom people are confused. They're trying to figure out, why would women want this? You know what I'm saying? This is why it's so funny, because it's watching men get confused, because really right now in the e-com space, it's heavy, heavy, heavy men. Every time I see a woman owner, it's something geared to women, either perimenopause, which is millions of women, or hair or hormones. Because if you ever listen to men talk online, you just need calories in, calories out. You just run and lift weights. Okay, you're completely missing the fact that you guys have so much testosterone in your body. If you're a fat ass man that's 400 pounds, like that football player in Florida that got signed by the Buccaneers, you can run up and down the field for 20 days and all of a sudden you lost 20 pounds. Like that's not happening to any woman. Okay, knock it off. You have testosterone in your body. God made y'all to be physically very, very fit. Okay, just being honest. Just go there for a second. And so a lot of these creators are trying to understand, why are people buying this? Why? Right? Because most marketers are liars, or most marketers are copiers. They'll just copy a brand. But if you don't know the essence of why they're doing it, you're confused on why they started it. Let me get to this other part.
So just some overall insights.
So he's reading these insights like he's
overall message
confused.
And creatives.
Let me show you this.
Platforms. So they're running ads on Meta. They're running a combination of video creatives. And these are some of the videos that I kind of went and saw from their Meta ads library. They're running static image creatives, which
you gonna want to kiss yourself. I don't understand. I don't know what they put in here. Is it magic? This combo right here. This is
now come on. Look at the video. Why are they using her? Please feel free to comment. I know it's late at night, y'all. Come on, give me your energy. Give me a little bit of energy. Why are they using her with no bra on, a bonnet, and the nails? Why is it one of their most successful videos? Because the brand I buy over here, it's white girls on boats. It's people putting the greens in the water, and the water turns to greens, beautiful greens, and you're drinking it because it's healthy. But they're using this type of marketing. Okay. Somebody in their house looks more authentic. Okay. Anybody else? Let me know. Put in the comments, and we can move on to the real estate in a second. But come on.
This is the combo that gets you 8 off the bone.
All right. Let's get out of there.
With the balance bundle, you'll taste like dessert down there. You'll feel like a slip and slide. You'll smell fresh as FAF. Your pH will be perfectly balanced. Your sex life will skyrocket, and more. And so they're obviously highlighting the key benefits of what they're doing across.
So again, their brand went straight to, you will smell better. You will look good. People will like you. Slip and slide. Let's just say it that way. Okay. And so they made $50 million being very urban. All they use, like, I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Black women of all type of ranges, right? There were some really pretty ones, bougie, and then there was like some urban hood with the bonnets on. And I was like, what is going on? And what happened is they could not get you interested in the product for your health. Let's just go there. They could not convince you, man, if you take these greens that has, and again, I even have a product we're developing that's similar to this, is parsley leaf, chlorophyll, and peppermint leaf. You're going to be in such better condition, health, etc. They could not convince you that you taking this combination tricks your body to think you're in a more vegan diet and your pores don't smell horrendous, right? They couldn't convince you to do it for your health. So they had to convince you from the angle, unfortunately, of vices. Low vice, which is sexual, whatever, right? You won't stink at work, whatever, right? Relatability, they are focused on that demographic, maybe trying to track a certain group. It looks like she just tried to park and just had to tell somebody. That's one of the videos, you know what I mean? And so I just want you to understand that, like, this company makes $2 million a month, convincing you, girl, do you know you stink at work? You got to get rid of that stink. Won't you do this? You know what I mean? It's just like, instead of going, hey, your diet, drink more water, take vitamins, they're aiming at a certain way to sell this to you. That's why we say all marketers are liars. Let's go.
Or paid social ads, if you wanted to, get some ideas on what could possibly work for your business. And then here I have some examples of some YouTube ads. Now, what stands out about this business in particularly is how they approach their YouTube ads. They basically have taken the time to invest in high quality content and really run these creatives on YouTube, which allows them to take up more real estate, but also really educate someone further on the brand and really sell someone a lot more with high production content. So I was
I'm gonna skip
so
a little
well.
bit.
Such strategic campaigns look across the board, which
So again, they have a more girly look, the pinks, the whites, you know what I'm saying? It's very interesting. And so what are people Googling? You know what I'm saying?
compared to like
Um
now moving on, let's discuss.
and again, y'all can go watch this video. I'm sorry, I'm doing too long of a breakdown at this point. But he does a great breakdown of different people's Shopify stores. Why? Because his whole channel is, if you come work with me, I can help you make this money too. You gotta shame them to change. You stink, girl. You stink. Right. And it's not even a health focus. You know what I'm saying? Like I have one of these that says sleep cortisol support gummies, and people are like, why would you buy that? And I'm like, because if you actually study and investigate your health, you'll realize, oh, this is really good. And what you're hoping for your client as they go down this road is, as they research, they take these supplements, they'll research and they'll research, but then they'll eventually grow into some more products that they can buy from you. That's usually how that works. TC marketing studies say Black community is main consumer of hygiene products, but unfortunately they're not healthy products. Right. And so even now, like the cotton underwear, right? I've started to notice more and more linen and cotton underwear. Well, linen in the Black community is when people get over 50, they had the jazz festival in linen. So we have a weird association with linen, but only at a certain age, even though it's super healthy and great for your skin. Right. So I just had to do that little bit because I just want you to understand that, like, the marketing y'all are seeing online, it's even at an angle itself. Okay. And if you're near my Digital Liberty Warriors, I'm going to share I'm going to just say a YouTube channel that is like the secret. And I'm going to share it with y'all, and I'll put it inside the Digital Liberty Warriors just because I want y'all to see it. And y'all can tell me y'all thoughts on that if you're inside there. So, and we'll go over it next week. Well, technically not that day I fly, but the other day I fly, but we have something on the schedule for you guys. So let's get into real estate because, hey, let's do it. Let's get into it. So again, as we get into real estate, I want to use a mortgage broker conversation. So I have 2 videos from a mortgage broker. Y'all may get to see her on an interview. We have been chatting, and we will chat some more on the phone here shortly. So I'm going to show y'all this, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, did I share the video? I did not. Look at me, y'all. Good gracious. It's already late. That's what it is. Here we go. Okay, again, let's future-proof your lifestyle. As your income grows, so does your lifestyle. Assisted living costs $4,000 to $7,000 a month. Imagine what it costs in like 20 years. So let's go.
Income. If you think $2,500 a month is too much to invest in somewhere stable to live that will go up in value, somewhere that you can pay off, somewhere that can pay you money every single month after you get 62 years old, if you think $2,500, or if you think $3,000, or if you think $3,500 is too much, you cooked. I don't even mean cooked. I mean fried, that and laid to the side. So cooked, so fried. Because if we're the last generation to be able, and by last I mean millennials, if we're the last generation to be able to turn to mom or dad and say, hey, mom and dad, I was laid off, I can't make my rent, I can't make my mortgage, hey, can you help me with my car payment? If we're the last generation to be able to do that, why do you think that your kids are going to be able to take care of you? Why do you think that? I'm just asking for a friend. Did y'all know that the national average for assisted living was $4,900 a month? I ain't know that either because I'm not old enough. But this begs a really, really important question. If you think $2,500 a month, with you being able-bodied, likely married, and able to go earn an active income, if you think $2,500 a month is too much to invest in somewhere stable to live that will go up in value, somewhere that you can pay off.
Okay, I'm not gonna play it twice, but I just want to go there for a second. Do y'all understand what she's saying? There are people fighting you actively in the Black community. That's the scary part. Who are fighting us actively about you shouldn't buy a home. I want you to question, and I'm being serious. This just takes a little bit of investigative thinking. Ignore the Donald behind me. I can change the background. I know too many people who, when stuff goes left, they move back to their parents' house. They move back to grandma's house. When stuff goes left, they there. I told y'all, several people in my mom's neighborhood, they done passed, and all of a sudden, they kids living in their house. Like, mama ain't been out the house a week, and they in it. Cars, moved stuff in there, in their 40s. Because this is the best house they're gonna get. This 2-story, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, big backyard, almost an acre lot. This is the best they gonna get. So they done moved into mama's house. Okay. Some people have older parents that they're gonna have to take care of. They're gonna have to move in and redo mama's house. Okay. And so I want y'all to understand, if you're talking to millennials, because millennials, we 29 to 42 now, or 41, 42. And then Gen X is 43 to 59. When do you think you're gonna get it together? When do you think you're gonna be able to start putting money away for living assistance? There's all these people that are super able-bodied, but one car accident, one bad bend of the hip at work. You see what I'm saying? This is why. Exactly. Who paying the taxes at mama house? Okay. When you start getting a little bit older and things are sore, and I'm talking to people and they fighting me like, well, I don't know if I want to stay in this town. I might move to Miami. I might move to Atlanta. And you still can. Buying a home somewhere cheap ain't never stopped you. Right? There's houses going in for right now in my city for 170. Where I'm in hometown right now. 170. 150. Not bad condition either. Remodeled and everything. Brick home. Ready to go, right? There's a bunch of, like, on the edges of parts of North Carolina. 150 to 220 to 2. I'm seeing brand new homes out here. Big old 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 230, 240, 250. All right. But you're like, but it's in North Carolina. This is the same in Tennessee. This is the same in northern, not lower, northern Florida. This is the same in parts of Texas. Right. We're going to go over the whole. Texas is crashing in about 2 seconds here. After I show about the loans. Now, many people say, well, Eric, you don't know my credit. You don't know my situation. You don't know my loan. I ain't got no husband. I ain't got no wife. I ain't got no kids. It's just me. I'd rather just have an apartment so I can pick up and move. And that is who's selling you that. I know people been in apartments 10 years. Who's selling you that? I remember somebody was telling me a story how they've been in an apartment for 10 years and they complained. And their refrigerator went out. And the person brought them a used refrigerator. They've been in that apartment 10 years and the owner ain't never paid late. And the owner didn't even bring them a brand new refrigerator. And when they bought it, they complained and they came and gave them another used refrigerator. I don't think y'all understand. My tenant is Section 8, done broke 2 refrigerators. I ain't buy her used refrigerators. I bought her new refrigerators. We getting these tax write-offs. But at the end of the day, you got to think about that. You've lived at a place 10 years and they can't even give you a new refrigerator. You got to understand how many millions of dollars are being made. If you're in a complex, let's say you're in a small one, it's a 50-unit car complex, 50 units, small. It compares, it's small, maybe 20 or 50. I see older Black people know this all the time. And you've been there 10 plus years? Do the math. They're making a killing off you. They children's are eating off you. I done seen 3 generations in one town. The grandchildren eating now. What is hard work? Okay. I've seen the grandchildren come back from college and now build new construction wherever they can find little new spots of land. I just want y'all to understand. What is she sending us? Sorry, somebody texted me in the house. I guess I'm too loud. I don't know. Anyway, but I just want y'all to understand the math that people are trying to go through, hoops in their head to convince themselves to not own any real estate. Who convinced you of that? What marketers run around telling you, it's better to rent? It's better to rent. Yeah, you should rent. Rent to own. You know what? Think about it. You're paying $50 a month per washer and dryer. That's $100. And most people on average keep those rentals 24 months. You've paid $2,400 to rent a washer and dryer. Come on, man. Come on, man. Who's convincing you that's a good idea? Okay, let me get out of there. Let me go over to this part so I can share this with y'all. Here we go. So many of y'all, Erica, you don't understand. I got unique income. Baby, what are you talking about? Let's keep it
Get a
moving.
home loan just because you're self-employed. Baby, they done lied to you. Here's 10 ways to qualify for a home loan without tax returns. A bank statement loan. You can use 12 to 24 months of your personal statements or 12 to 24 months of your business statements. A DSCR is a great opportunity if you're someone that's looking to get into investing. You don't have to prove any income whatsoever. The only income that the underwriter is concerned about is the income that's going to be generated from the cash flow of the property. Number 4, 12 to 24 months of 1099 statements. Nurse girly, I'm talking to you. You all will never believe. I hear people that say, well, I have $1 million in the bank. What's the problem? If that's your scenario, an asset depletion loan may be for you. We would be able to look at all of the different types of assets that you have, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, everything, and move forward with that particular loan product. All right, so we're halfway, and I actually got a bonus at the end. Okay, number 6, you can use 12 to 24 months of a profit and loss statement if it's prepared by a CPA. Now, this is going to sound a little confusing, but remember, this is no tax returns. So for those of you that out there that pay yourself W-2 wages, this may be for you. You can qualify using 1 to 2 years of W-2 and a current 30-day pay stub. And we'll do a written verification to use your variable income as well. You can qualify using your IRA or your trust income. If you currently own rental property, you can just qualify using those lease agreements that you have. And number 10, regular income like Social Security, annuities, pensions. And so last but not least, the bonus for those of you that stuck around. All right, last but not least, a DSCR loan is a loan that is typically going to be used for an investor. However, I do have a loan that does not require any income documentation whatsoever. All you have to do is put down 20%. If you have 20% available and a little bit of money in the bank, we don't need anything else from you, and that will be qualifying for your primary residence. So if this is something that you feel like is going to get you over the hump into home ownership and you're ready to buy in the next 30, 60, or 90 days, please, please, please reach out to me. I would love to be your loan officer. I'm licensed in multiple states. So go ahead and hit the link and let's talk about it.
Okay, so why did I show y'all that? Because if you allow people to tell you, oh my God, Erica, the sky's falling, I can't get approved. You know what I'm saying? At 20, you got 20%, they'll find something for you to get in. Did mama ever teach her children about POAs, taxes, and trust? Most likely not. Listen, I keep telling people, y'all gonna have a rude awakening. Like I had a Medicare thing I was trying to show y'all. I'm trying to see if I pulled it up. Dang it, I might have lost it. But I had a Medicare one I wanted to show y'all where this guy was talking about how all these people coming back getting their houses. And I was like, y'all doing so much to get Medicaid for your mama and them, but y'all make too much money. You make too much money. Okay, so when I say it, people get real mad. Let me see if I find it. If I can't find it, I'm gonna let it go. But oh yeah. Okay, sorry, I found it. I'm gonna put it up, pull it up. And the reason I bring this up to y'all is like many people think, sorry, I got one for squatters. I was trying to show y'all because I know y'all want to see them squatters. Let me see if I got it. Dang. Hold on, I'm almost there. Sorry, you guys. Drop a one in the comments if you hear me, see me, if the information's been good so far. I'll try to help y'all out because I just don't want y'all to be out here lied to because marketers lie. That's what they do. Okay, let me see. Okay, I found it. Cool. Y'all like it? Good. Okay, so let me keep it rolling. Let me get it in here for y'all. Kroger. Okay, I have it. Coming, I have it. All right. Let me close her out. If I can, let me close it out. And the reason I bring this up is so many people have so much misinformation out here. And Erica, you don't understand. And nobody can afford anything. Erica, don't you know people can't afford stuff? And I'd be like, who told you that? Who's providing you this information? Or are you not curious? If you're not curious about your financial situation to improve it, just say that. But nobody wants to say that because that looks bad. You can't be in your 40s and 50s and talking to me about 50-50. What at this point in the game, and I've had this conversation with women and men. There have been women who booked calls with me, $1,000 call for the whole hour. And what did we talk about? They wanted guess what they got to do? Guess what they got to do? If they house poor, they math is off. Why are they house poor? Did they buy a new car? Again, it's that investigative moment. You got to investigate for yourself. If their mortgage is close to what they were paying in rent, why are they house poor? They done bought new furniture. They done bought new cars, right? Miracle Walker, I feel what you're saying, but a lot of these people didn't buy a house by themselves. And I'm talking about in the Southeast where you're talking about houses are $150,000 to $289,000. Your mortgage is $1,400 or less. Now the insurance and the property tax gonna make it a little bit higher than that, but we're talking about $1,500 or less, even at 7%. So again, if somebody's telling you they're struggling to pay $1,400 mortgage, what happened? They got to tell the whole story. They got to tell the whole truth. You know how we are on this channel. Most of those people telling you they house poor are what? They're working temp jobs. So that's not the house. That's not the job they got the house with. Okay. They're working in situations that don't make mathematical sense. Again, we have to start asking real questions, right? Because it's very easy to say, well, I don't want to be house poor. It's too much for me. Just because the bank approves you for $400,000, does that mean you go get a $400,000 house? No, you do the math. If you only need a $200,000 house, that's what you go get. But again, when it comes to this economy about women losing their jobs, I've seen the memes and the brothers talking about the black women losing their jobs. Again, these are government workers. Majority of these people are government workers and nurses that they were talking about referring to this thing. They will have another job lined up. That's right. It's their debt. What other debt are they got going on? That's the part of the story no one ever talks about. That they got a bunch of other debt going on. And that don't sit right with me because I feel like that's just lying. Let me go over here. Let me show you this. This is how I know I'm telling y'all stuff is getting ready to change. Okay. Change over. They're getting ready to not play with y'all. They're getting ready to lock some folks up. Chicago has been real bad with the squatters. And they done passed this law. Because what happens when you have new administration in? They ain't playing with y'all. All these landlords that are now politicians, they ain't playing with y'all.
Country, squatters' rights. Up until now, if someone broke into your home, moved in, and claimed they lived there, you legally couldn't do anything. You'd have to take them to court and go through the whole eviction process, which could take up to a year. You couldn't call the cops, you couldn't change the locks, because apparently in Illinois, breaking into a house made you a tenant. They could sleep in your bed, throw parties, run up your utility bills, and the system would protect them, but not anymore. Under this new law, which is expected to be signed by Governor J.B. Pritzker in the next 48 hours, squatters will be treated as trespassers. If someone's in your home illegally and you can prove it's yours, police can remove them immediately. They get criminally charged and kicked out. Just ask Marco Velasquez, a Chicago homeowner who found squatters in his house, and when the police couldn't help, he literally had to move in with them, sleeping in his own living room while they took over the bedrooms. He ended up paying them $4,300 just to leave. Now that can never happen again. The law even covers fake leases and fake names. You don't get rights for breaking into someone else's home. This might be the most common sense law Illinois has ever passed, and somehow we're just getting around to it in 2025. This is a huge win for homeowners and a massive L for squatters. Send this to your squatter friend. They've got about 48 hours left.
All right. Why did I show you this? Why am I showing you this? Why is this important? Why is this important? Why is this important? Listen to me. The Hispanic man they showed that, the couple had just did it to another family, got $8,000 from them, went to their place and was like, yeah, we need $8,000. They're like, we didn't give you $8,000. Get out of here. And they realized, what's the choices? The person's going to have to pay, or they're going to be sitting there for a year. I personally had squatters at one of our properties, right? And people steal the heating system out of the basement. I just want you to understand, like, the tolerance. Let me say it this way. Chicago, New York, California. Y'all think I'm joking? Ohio too. They lost so many people. They have billboards in Austin, Texas saying, move to Ohio. They have billboards in Houston that say, move to Ohio, come back to New York. Hey, move to California for this. You didn't sign up to not have rights. Come back to California. Why do you think those states are paying money? Now, they've told you in the news every night and day that Texas is crashing. People are going back home. They hate how hot Texas is. Oh God, they hate Florida. Florida so bad. They're going back home. If this was true, these states would not be putting these billboards up in Texas and in Florida and in South Carolina. Okay, in South Carolina, I'm gonna take a picture when I go back through there and show y'all where they got billboards saying, come back to Ohio. All the opportunity in Ohio. Why? Because these laws have been hurting certain people. And it didn't matter to en masse. You have all these people selling these properties and no longer want to be bothered. You now have commercials level investors that are landlords. And they're going to go to the Congress and be like, let me tell you what you're not going to do. I'm not about to invest all this money and do this. Even Grant Cardone says there were a bunch of people trying to sell him something in New York and Chicago. And he was like, what's the laws? I'm good. I'm good. You're going to miss billions of dollars. And the money that's being poured into the Southeast is noticeably gone from these cities and states. As much as y'all try to fight me on it, this is just data. Okay. So let's keep it moving because you're going to say, but Erica, people leaving Austin. I read it in the news. I got something for you, baby. I don't want you to be out here misinformed, embarrassing yourself. Now, let me show you this real quick. This is then I'm going to show you some more real estate. This is a school in Dallas, an all Catholic school for girls. Because see, y'all keep seeing in the news, all schools, the schools for boys, and that's so nice. And boys get to just play and be goofy every day. But this is the one for girls. And I showed this to one of my friends, and he was like, oh man, I don't like that. What in the handmaiden's tale? And I'm like, these girls will all be married off, majority of them, and be connected and not stressing at work. Let's just go there.
We look to our classmates and express the joy of friendships we will always cherish. And finally, we face the statue of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and bid farewell to Ursuline Academy. We, the class of 2025, in grateful appreciation, turn to our parents.
Now you can go look up this school on your own terms. You can go see that this is a all girls Catholic school, Ursuline Academy. Okay, you can go check it out for yourself. Independent, all girls Catholic school since 1874. Now, why have you not heard of this school? Why have you not heard of the school? Again, I just want y'all to understand what's happening in our economic society, and that look, DJ, the jig is up, baby. The jig is up in many ways. When people are like, they're not educating the kids. No. The public school is not educating the kids. The reason these people keep moving further and further out so that they can be the PTA parent and they can argue with people and they can have control of the school is because that's the only way they're going to do it. Oh yeah, there's some bronze kids there, Sharon. I mean, I went through there's several black girls. Let me show you. I mean, let me see if I can pull it back up where I was at. It was on when they go out the door. There you go. Listen. Now I'm going to say what you're thinking. Some of them are Nigerians. Okay. Again, this is the girl. She on the front cover. You see what she looked like? Come on, Patrice. This is the Nigerian folk. They out there. I just want to show y'all this because this is the way of when you leave America, families that do well put their children in private school. I know y'all keep fighting me on it, but I'm just going to tell you the number 4, the 4 things this year I want y'all to let go and reset your mindset on. When people say 25,000 is too much, Erica, people can't do it. That's what people are paying for private schools in Dallas and Houston, New York, California. That's just on average. That's on average. $25,000 for travel for the year. Oh, Erica, ain't nobody paying $25,000 for no travel. Why you making this up? I'm just letting you know that's if you have your spouse and 2 other children and y'all paying for flights, y'all paying to go places. Do the math on it for the summer. This is why y'all have to let this go of like, well, we're gonna have beans and rice and beans, and we're gonna have hand-me-down clothes and never spend a dime. You can, but in general, $25K summer travel alone 25K just for the summer. Okay, $25K in cars. You see that guy I showed y'all the other day. You can't get no decent car for less than 30K. He's not interested in going to the auction. He's not interested in being honest with himself and saying, man, I just need a 10K car. I really need to be humble and drive me a Honda so can I drive something else? Drive me a Toyota so I can drive something else. They don't want to do that. It's not a game. I don't think y'all understand what I'm telling you here. I went to private school. In the private school we were at, the golf and the tennis lessons were paid by the Black Lawyers and Doctors Association of North Carolina. It was in our curriculum. We had to stop what we were doing at 1, get in the car, grab our tennis rackets, grab our stuff, and head over because they had paid the bill and we were going to be there. The whole school, the whole private school, right here in Fayetteville. That's why I keep want you to understand, like it's a part of the deal. My aunt and uncle paying private tuition for a grandkid in another state. It's not a game. Listen, there are families in Texas where I meet them. They from Pittsburgh. They mama done moved, their daddy done moved, parents divorced, they both moved. The uncles done moved because they like, man, this is better than anything we can do in Pittsburgh. You got to realize how crazy that is, that they've been in the state for multiple generations and they can't get nothing done there. So they got to go to a whole nother state. Got to wake up, folks. The only Black women there are either immigrants or biracials. Here you go with that. But at this point, the culture has no one to blame but themselves or theyselves, as they like to say. I will say this. I will say that you have a significant portion of Black people in Dallas and in Houston that are well-to-do or in oil and gas. And when you talk, look, there's another one. There's some more Browns. American Brown. I think she's more of American Brown. She doesn't have the Nigerian face. I'm just gonna go there. And there's a couple more if you go through their school stuff. And I went in here because I was just somebody sent it to me and they're like, Erica, this is, whatever. I'm telling you, they're gonna put her in as many photos for marketing as possible. Y'all think I'm joking. They're gonna put that girl in as many photos as possible. Okay. As many as possible. There's another one. Okay. She got the blonde. She got the Beyonce going. I'm hoping she's a Dallas girl. Maybe, maybe not. Y'all judge for yourself. You tell me what you're thinking. Okay. But you see, you're talking about SMU, you're talking about TCU, you're talking about, again, their parents started this with private high school. Where do you think they're going next? Nowhere where your kids are going. And if so, they still not going to be bothered. Okay. I just wanted to show this because a lot of people keep acting like, well, Erica, that's too much money. And this is too much money. I'm like, who told you that? Who said? Again, a lot of Asians in here, y'all. They're not playing with y'all. Y'all can go zoom in and look at this stuff for yourself. But these people I'm just putting it to you like this. You're going to see a trend of 15. Look, another Black kid. Oh, there we go. 15 to 17, 18. These parents are putting these kids in these schools. They ain't got time. This way they can have a structured. I really want to say some ugliness, but I'm gonna stop because I got my family here. The way they have these young boys and girls going away to these schools Monday through Friday, they're going back. We're going back to boarding school kind of living. And the reason they're doing that is because they're so, let's go there for a second. The public school and private school kids that you'll encounter are so out of control at 15, 16, 17. You're like, God, dog, like I want to get my child away from this, away from these people. Again, prime example, this is out of Florida. I don't want my kids in Florida because these parents got money, but they ain't got no brains. Why are these kids in a robe at a hotel room? Never. Sorry, I got to take the music off first. Gonna copyright strike me. They're like, I promise that this will be a great night. Why are your kids, again, spending all this money on video? What's the game plan when they leave here? What's the game? They get married? What's the game plan? Are they going to school? What's the game plan? What are we doing here? This is a prom. You do what I'm saying? Again. I know y'all think I'm being harsh on the prom, but I'm telling you, like, I wouldn't want my kids in public school with these kids. If this what they doing, no, I'm good. You're not gonna do what they do. You're not renting a car for prom. We're not doing this. Unless you can show me that their parent, I promise to make this night special. I promise to cherish it. What? Get this. This is crazy. Unless these kids get married, I ain't trying to hear it. And they may be. They may come out and tell you, our parents say, oh no, they're getting married. You guys chill out. But again, I just want you to understand, like, I don't want my kids near these people. No. So let me show you, let me get on to the real estate because we are late into the video, but you know, marketers are liars. Jumping on the teachers, you already know. Do you see more interracial families and couples in the Dallas area? It depends. I would say probably, yeah. Not necessarily, I would say North Dallas, like Plano, Frisco. I would also say in parts of Houston, but it's a more Latino black, Latino Asian, that kind of mix. But it just depends on what you're looking for. Because sometimes I don't even notice. Does that make sense? Like, I'm in such an environment where it's so diverse. I'm not looking for interracials. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on about my day. I'm not trying to be funny, but I remember I was sitting with a group of white people, and this white guy was talking to me, and they were like, oh, you like white guys? I'm like, why would I be living in Austin, Texas, a very white city, if I didn't? That sounds retarded, don't you think? I'd have to be like limiting myself to like the 6% of black people here. Duh. It's just kind of weird, but yeah, they're out there. Let me see what it said. I don't want my kids raised anywhere east of the Rockies. No, I like Southern values, even if they can be kind of rough. Southeast values, because I've seen people in California, and I'm just gonna say it. The black people out of California be real weird. They be keeping it real weird. I'm so sorry to say it. Real weird. The black people in Seattle too. I'd be like, what's going on? Y'all all right? Real weird. Extra like awkward. I would imagine Houston and San Antonio are more interracial friendly than Dallas. It depends. Dallas is more, it's like, it's classism and it's money. You know what I'm saying? Do you live in Frisco? Do you live in Prosper? Where do you live? What are you driving? All right. I'm just telling you, everybody I've met from California, I'd be like, what's going on? A little awkward. Not all of them, but a lot of them, like 90%. You be shaking hands with them, you be like, you all right? You a little weirdo. And that's just, I'm just gonna say, as a military kid, we had friends that went over West Coast, came back extra weird. Adult life, I go to conferences, the black people from California be just extra weird. You'd be really upset. In Dallas, the women approach you. Listen, closed mouths don't get fed. All right, let me go to this. Let me go ahead and hit. This is on Texas, because you know everybody's like, everybody's leaving Austin. Let me just play this because he's full of shit first, and that's the point. Because I'm gonna show you the top 5 cities that people are moving to are all suburbs of Austin. So how is Austin losing? Again, they're not even 10 minutes outside the city.
And San Francisco back to the coast. Why? Because of AI. AI is so significant, you can't pull this off with a Slack channel in the backyard. You got to be where the action is. And here's the big thing for real estate investors. A few years ago, everybody was moving to Miami, Nashville, Austin, Phoenix, and everybody was chasing them. Here's the thing that nobody wants to say out loud. If everyone's there, you're late. As real estate investors, you have to understand the difference between early opportunity and chasing trends. If you're early, you're the one that everyone thinks is crazy. It is uncomfortable. But if you're investing in a market and you're saying things like, this market is hot, everybody's here, there's a very good chance that you are not the entry, you're the exit. So here's what you need to know. Always invest on the fundamentals. If it feels good, you might not be as clever as you think. The last thing you want to do is be in one of these Sunbelt states or these markets that are correcting and you're still holding the bag. Well, there goes Texas again. First, the real estate market crashes in Austin, rents down by 22%. Now the tech scene is bailing. Big tech and startup jobs are down 5%. Guess where they're going? New York and San Francisco, back to the coast. Why? Because of AI. AI is so significant, you can't pull this off.
All right, are y'all ready for us to go ahead and knock this out? Because, I mean, they're in the comments fighting with him. I mean, to the tussle to the death. Austin's the only market across there. Nobody's moving there. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, they're just fighting and fighting. And I laugh because data, the data does not support this. Ready for me to show y'all the data? Are y'all ready? Okay, let me go here. Because there's two. Let me give you two. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna give you four. Okay, here we go. It's this one. So they're like, Austin, Texas fell to 164. Did it? Let's share this tab. Let's go here.
164, but hold on. 3 suburbs in Austin hit top 25 and one is top 28. According to US News and World Report, Austin is no longer #1 best place to live in America. That's maybe why I moved to Dripping Springs. But wait, don't panic yet. This year, they expanded the list to include 850 cities, not just 150. So Austin's fall is partly a numbers game. Still, Leander hit number 8, Pflugerville number 15, Cedar Park number 23, and guess what? Round Rock was at number 28. Would you move to any of those suburbs? Meanwhile, Austin's population growth has slowed, home prices remain high, and many buyers are heading north and east for more space, newer homes, and better value. So what does this mean for real estate? If you're looking to buy or sell in the suburbs, well, prices are slightly lower. What do you think about the growth of Austin? And are you going to share this with a friend? I'm Jeremy Knight, your favorite Austin realtor. I do the news so you don't have to. So if you are looking to buy or sell in the Austin area, reach out.
Why did he move to Dripping Springs? So he can rub elbows with wealthy people. That's what I'm telling you. If you do any type of research on the information, a second of the information. Okay. Oh, really? See, look, Don, you know, I'm all about finding out Todd and Julie Christie because they're gonna be back on TV in 2 seconds. Okay. And I want to see them when they gray, but they ain't gonna let you see them gray. They ain't even letting the daughter see them. Okay. So let me just go there. If you're in the inner circle or you're in the land grab course, I will go into this because y'all deserve a more full in-depth thing. If you're in the class, this is exactly what I teach you. People are gonna say, do I want to pay $600,000 to $1 million for a 4-bedroom to a 1.5 bath house? That's old. Or do I want to pay $300,000 to $450,000 for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, brand new construction home in Leander, Pflugerville, Cedar Park? Let's even go there. Pflugerville, $285,000 right now. Pflugerville, Cedar Park, Round Rock, and they didn't even mention Hutto, and Hutto's on one of the top 5. Hutto. Which one do I want to do? See, and so Xanato's Clutch, perfect question. Why is most of the Auburn suburban northward? All the companies built upward. Everybody thinks it's going to be between Austin and San Antonio. Nobody wants to go south. It gets very Latino south. Okay, I'm just going to go there. Everything is north. You have a thing called the Domain in Austin. Look it up. It's where IBM owned all this land. So IBM cut into sections and sold it to EA Sports, all these other people. Then you have Apple. Apple is at Palmer. Palmer used to be considered the boonies. What are you doing in the boonies? The funny thing about Palmer Lane, on the other side of Palmer Lane is a farm. One of the biggest farms in all of the state of Texas. They have over 3,000 or 4,000 acres, and the family still holds it, and they just keep selling pieces of it to these tech companies. So Apple is built on the farmland that these people sold to them. One of the biggest campuses in the world is built there in Palmer. I'm down the street on Palmer, right? The houses in Palmer were $80,000 when I first got to Austin. I wasn't looking over there because they were ugly. Those same houses go for $400,000 to $500,000. Now they've come back down to 300 something, as they should, because they're not good. They're old ass houses. But I would say right now is Xanato's Clutch. If you said, hey, 1,000 companies moved to Austin, I will tell you out of that list of 1,000 companies, and Apple and Dell is in Round Rock, 80% of them all went north. They went to Georgetown. They went to Leander. I'm going to play another clip of a video because he didn't talk about Georgetown. Georgetown, Round Rock were #1 and #2 relocation cities in the whole United States the past 5 years in a row. These are all suburbs of Austin. When people say, why am I in Austin? It's the tip of the spear. It's the capitals there. Over 5,000 capital companies. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when people asked about those things, that's how I try to explain it to people. All the tech went north. There is 3 big tech companies south Austin, and guys hate working for them because they don't want to live in South Austin. Because if you want to go there for a second, South Austin is heavy diverse. A lot of homeless, a lot of panhandle, also a lot of Latino. Basically, if I say, hey, if you go to school, I'm gonna just tell you right now, you go to school in Cedar Park, it's majority Asian and Indian. You go to school in Round Rock, mostly white, but a lot of black and Hispanic. You go to school in Pflugerville, 1 in 5 people there are black. One of the cheapest housing, but the highest property tax. What was funny is their woman at this event was from Detroit complaining about Pflugerville property tax. But then I said, well, how big is your house? What does your house look like? This woman had bought a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, pool in the back house. First of all, ma'am, you would never get anything like this in Detroit for the amount of money you paid. So I don't really want to hear your complaints on taxes, but people don't want to hear that. Also, the military people coming down from Killeen, they'll go Georgetown, Leander, Cedar Park, because that's as close as they can get. And they want to do that because they don't want to live in Killeen, right? They don't want to be around those folks. But they also know, I'm not staying in the military. I'm going to go get a job near Austin. So multiple factors are contributing to this, right? This is true. But that's if I tell you, go look at the 2016 Forbes Boomtown list. Every single city that's on that list that I told y'all about for the past 10 years almost is blowed up. It's already blown up, right? But this is the thing. Bingo. Samsung just bought 2,000 acres north of Austin in Taylor, Texas. Taylor, Texas bumps up against Hutto. Taylor, Texas bumps up against Pflugerville. Taylor, Texas bumps up against other places. So again, when people try to tell me this stuff, I keep trying to share y'all, like I'm giving you in the land grab course, the actual data. If you're inside the inner circle, when the counties I have listed for land deals and that I share with y'all in that group, in the inner circle, before our events and at our events and during the months, I'm telling you this, and this is what will happen. You'll say, well, everybody's already moved to Austin. And let's go there for a second before I go over to the Georgetown video. That's the mentality. If we say he's right, though, everybody's already there. Have we said that about Atlanta the last 20 years? Think about it. I want you to really think about it because I feel that some people get extra. Oh yeah, everybody's already moved there. I don't care about moving there because it's already. I missed the boat. Think about it. We have not said it about Atlanta for 20 years. We haven't said that about Orlando, Florida for 20 years. We ain't said that about Dallas for 20 years. We're gonna say the same thing about Dallas for the next 50 years. This is where you really didn't want to move comes in. You didn't want to move. You don't want to research. You don't want to educate yourself comes in, right? But Samsung is going to provide. They have 10,000 Koreans coming. 10,000 Koreans on top of the fact they got to hire 20,000 more people. And ain't none of it being remote. So you're going to have to live North Austin to go to Samsung. Because Taylor, from where I live off Palmer, is 30 minutes. Because of traffic mostly. But Taylor out there. Some of the landlords we're trying to grab is in Taylor. But you're going to see. I mean, I'm going to keep pulling them up. Colorado Springs is a military town. That's why people want to go there. They can be around other veterans, more mixed people, more black people. I'm in San Fernando Valley in LA, very family friendly in the suburbs. It's important to join affinity groups. Thank you. Mocha Mama's chapter for girls, Girl Scouts, boys sports. You already know. It's what you make it. And that's why people are going to leave Austin or inner city Dallas. You see, they don't talk about Dallas like this, even though this is the exact same stats of inner city Dallas. Nobody wants to be in inner city Dallas ever. They're in every other suburb but Dallas. Same in Houston. Ain't nobody living in 3rd Ward in Houston. Some are, but most people are going where? Katy, Tomball, somewhere else. That's all. Atlanta's full. Terry Henry said, please move to Atlanta. He will give you a tour of Atlanta because he wants you to move there. But this is what I'm saying. This is the kind of rhetoric. When I see Boomtown lists, I just start laughing because it's already been booming. Let me go on to Georgetown. Because again, you just heard that noise on Austin, right? Let me play this first. So y'all can understand why I keep telling y'all about Austin and the fact that Elon Musk and another billionaire just bought, 200 acres right by the airport. But I'm gonna show y'all why. Let me show you this tab.
The race is heating up. Right now, Austin has one shot to join the big leagues, literally, while cities like Salt Lake, Nashville, and Portland are already securing land, money, and stadium plans. Austin's just getting started. But here's a twist. The Austin Baseball Commission says we have everything MLB wants. Massive growth population, corporate money, a booming tech economy, a history of supporting minor league teams like the Round Rock Express. They already raised $150K, have $450K pledged, and just opened a $2 million seed round to pay for land studies, renderings, and lobbying MLB. I wonder where they're going to put this. The goal, a $4.5 million mixed-use baseball stadium district with waterfront views, likely somewhere near I-35 in Travis County. The commission's message: if Austin doesn't get the game, we'll lose to Salt Lake, and that would be unacceptable. What would the name of the Salt Lake team be? The Salt Lake Craters? You tell me in the comment section. Do you want to see a baseball team here in the Austin area? I sure do. I'm Jeremy Knight, your favorite Austin realtor. I do the news so you don't have to. So make sure you like and comment and share with a friend. Austin could get a...
All right, why is he telling you that? Let me tell you why. Because Austin, you started seeing there was a pitch for San Antonio Spurs to start doing the Moody Center more games. Why? Because those games would absolutely sell out. Floor tickets that were $200 were selling for $2,000. Why? We're a tech city. If you tell famous stars we're going to have Webby in downtown Austin, hey, they coming through. You tell them they're in San Antonio, it ain't happening. They're not as excited. They're not going to make the trip. I remember looking up and they had Usher on Tuesday, Wednesday. A basketball game from San Antonio in Austin all in 1 week. It was crazy. It was pandemonium. It's money. It's all based on money. Same thing. We want a football team. What did Kansas City Chiefs do when they wanted a baseball stadium? They said, if y'all don't give us some money, we're going to move down to Austin. We're going to move down to Austin if y'all don't give us some money. What did what do you call those people? Buffalo Bills say when they needed a new stadium. If y'all don't give us a new stadium, we're going to move to Austin. Think about that. 2 NFL teams back to back said, hey, we're going to move. If y'all can't get it together, we're going to move. We're going to move to Austin. Austin, Texas. Little old Austin, Texas. So I just want congrats on moving downtown Austin. It's a little bit more affordable, but the apartment I want over the water is $5,000 a month, and I just can't mentally justify it because I remember when it was $1,000 a month. I was like, ugh, y'all done lost your mind. But congrats on that. So MLB does not mind Houston Astros being down the street. No. See, the only person in the state of Texas that minds this is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones does not want anything in Austin. It's just like, he's like, that's not, San Antonio and Austin can't have everything. And you're like, Jerry Jones, why are you saying this? We don't have anything. We got Railroad Express. We have to drive up to the games, okay? Majority of Dallas Cowboy fans ain't even in Dallas. Ain't even Texas, okay? So again, they will not care. They will not care. This just brings more money to Texas. We have a $1 billion industry in conferences in Austin, Texas. Now imagine we stack another $1 billion on for other sports. They are Xanatos Class. So that's the funny part. That's the only people that actually. So University of Texas, when they marketed for us to get an NFL team, both times with Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, they did an email to all their alumni and their what do you call them? Boosters of like, keep football on Saturday in Texas. But that's the funny part, because even if we had football on Sunday, to be honest, I don't think our airport could handle it. Right now, our airport's built to take 15 million people a year. They take 22 million a year. We literally had to turn away private airline companies like Southwest and all them start like suing them because they were like, so many private airlines were coming here. If we had a NFL team with a brand new stadium University of Texas still gonna make its money. Let me be very clear. They still gonna make their money. But it would distract their boosters. But it would be a selling point, in my opinion, to any future kid that wants to come play here. We're already winning 8 different divisions. But again, oh honey, and I bet they put some money out there. But that was kind of the argument. Jerry Jones is like, who's going to be the 2 cities that get a team? Can't just be Austin and people are going to move a team from one area to Austin. It has to be 2 cities get a team if you're going to force a team in Austin. So, honey, no, we can't do basketball. They've already San Antonio Spurs has a contract with the Moody Sitter for the next, I think, like 7 years. So we ain't getting that. We may get a WNBN team, but they've already given it to the other cities. They say they may consider Austin again with Kevin Durant in like 2028. That's right. So think about Texas. Friday night football. Saturday night somewhere at college, people hungover. Sunday, the traffic in Austin, even if you put them far out to the right of the airport, would be horrendous on Saturday, Sunday. Red McCombs was the guy advocating for San Antonio, Texas. He passed, so SA don't have a voice no more at all. And McCombs Business School is on the side of the building, so it's dead. Austin Spurs, the G League team is already there. Yeah, they are. Okay, let me show you this one. This is Georgetown, and I think I only got 2 more, and that's it. And I'm gonna wrap it up, just because I just want y'all to dig a little deeper on the information y'all hearing online.
Out of infrastructure and fast. With massive developments already planned north of town, city officials know if they don't act now, future growth could outpace their current system. Here's what's happening. A $343 million wastewater reclamation facility. The Three Forks plant is under redesign. It'll treat up to 7 million gallons per day by 2030, and it eventually expanded 22 MGD by 2040. A second plant, the Northlands facility near Ronald Reagan Boulevard, is also in the works too, expected to cost nearly $94 million. If you think Georgetown is growing too fast, you haven't seen anything yet. Would you buy real estate in Georgetown today before the infrastructure boom fully kicks off? Let me know in the comment section. I'm Jeremy Knight, your favorite Austin realtor. I do the news, so you don't have to, so make sure
he'll make more money doing the news than he will be in a realtor, because it's so very busy. I'm gonna just say it like this. Okay. I worked and lived in Georgetown 10 years ago at one of the properties where I told y'all, unfortunately, a man unalived his girlfriend's child. It was awful. Everybody got fired, basically. They had to leave. But when I was out there, I was like, this place about to blow. But everybody knows like, no, don't buy a house out there. Don't buy nothing. I was like, there's a duplex over here for 150. Them same duplexes to this day are like $500,000 in Georgetown. I keep telling y'all these stories because, one, I want y'all to stop listening to people who aren't investing. Let's just go there. I want y'all to stop listening to people who are not investing. Please, for the love of God. You're asking your grandma. Your grandma's just a good cook. Your grandma don't know what real estate you should buy. Please stop it. Cut it out. But what's happening is, this is part of why I wanted to do the inner circles. I'm like, I just got to get my hands neck deep. This is why I tell y'all about like home service companies, and it's crazy. And the fact that many people are buying these like houses that have a mom and pop suite on them. So even when you're like, oh, Texas is so hot in the summer, I know too many people in tech who spend their whole summer somewhere else anyway. Or a full month. They'll do July, one of our hottest months, and then they'll be back in August because the kids got to go to school and stuff got to go on and keep on moving on life. It is what it is. But Georgetown's been booming, and you're going to have more booming because of the Samsung place. So again, it is what it is. Cubs, Bears, White Sox, all within 15 minutes of each other in Chicago. Yeah, but Chicago's a little bit different. A little bit different. Okay, let me go here. Let me show y'all. This is in Austin. We have 2 of these. First one is Matthew McConaughey. Because first y'all like, why is Matthew McConaughey everywhere? Because Matthew McConaughey has a lot of investors. His brother's famous in oil and gas, and people want to work with him.
Promised the biggest surf park on the planet. It looks like a Pura Vida is finally moving forward just 15 miles south of the other luxury surf park backed by Matthew McConaughey. This one is planned for Mustang Ridge, a tiny town southeast of Austin with less than 1,000 people. Over 1.3 billion is set to be poured into this 211-acre adventure-focused real estate surf basin, hotels, retail, restaurants, and hundreds of homes, all centered around a 12-acre artificial surf lake powered by Surf Lakes Tech. The Texas Senate just approved legislation to move it forward, but here's a controversy. Where is the water going to be coming from? With Central Texas and the historic drought, developers are already working to expand a local wastewater facility and reportedly planned a reuse treatment water, but no confirmed plan is in place. Should the water come from the Gulf of America? You tell me in the comment section. I'm Jeremy Knight, your favorite Austin realtor. I do the news so you don't have to.
So let me just be very clear. This is a $1.3 billion project on 12-acre artificial surf. It's going to have restaurants, it's going to have all this stuff. Why is this important? This is Mustang Ranch. The town barely has 1,000 people. But this is the one not by Matthew McConaughey. It's down the street from Matthew McConaughey. There's another one opening up that Matthew McConaughey's over. And I just want y'all to understand, they're setting up the play for if we ever get gambling in Texas. I just want y'all to understand, like they have big plans, economic plans for 10, 20 years, really 40 years in Austin. That's why when people say, why do you keep going there? I was like, even if I do Tri-City CEO, where I'm spending half my time in Tennessee or a piece of my time in North Carolina or a piece of my time in Texas, I'm splitting it up. Literally, I would keep putting money into Texas for the next 10 years. If you ask me, where do I want 10 duplexes? Texas? Yes. North Carolina? Yes. South Carolina? Yes. Tennessee? Yes. Florida? Yes. Georgia? Question mark. Question mark. It's a different product. You make a lot of money off townhouses in Georgia, but different. So I just want y'all to understand, like, even if I show y'all top 20 list of cities, oh, Erica, you just always talking about Texas. The data, the money that's being, like, the people that are complaining about jobs and work and opportunities, they're literally, in the nicest way I can say this, people that are not in the motion. They're not in any type of motion. They're not in any type of way gonna grow themselves. So you have to read through the data people are feeding you. And thank you for the $20 super chat. Let me show you this last thing and I'm gonna get out of here. Why is data gold? I've been talking about this for a while. We keep saying data is gold, the new gold. This is Kroger. Now, we've talked about Kroger. Kroger owns so many other companies.
This is a store I've never shopped at called Kroger. And again, I haven't not shopped at Kroger because I hate them or anything. I just never had one in my area. But apparently they have like alternative profit divisions that are solely focused on monetizing our personal information, like monetizing all the customer data they've actually taken in. And wildly enough, they've made more than $1 billion from this. A grocery store made $1 billion from monetizing your information. Like, this is a store that profits like $3.5 billion a year. And 1/3 of that comes from monetizing our information. And another thing I learned was, like, those little digital price things, like instead of having the paper one, they got a digital one. Did you know that's there so they can like change the prices in real time based upon the traffic patterns in the store? Like, they will change it in real time if more people are in the store. Like, that's so fucked up, I almost kind of respect it. And even wilder, Kroger has this thing called an edge shelf, which is developed with Microsoft, which will actually facially recognize you, determine your like age and gender and things like that, and then adjust prices based upon what the AI thinks you'd be willing to pay for something. Like, that's fucking nuts. Like, I expected to see this type of technology in like CIA facilities or embassies, but in a grocery store? Look, I gotta be real. I'm never going in a Kroger. Like, I probably was never going to because I got Publix. But yeah, I'm avoiding Kroger like the plague now. I was recently made aware of how much the grocery industry.
Okay, let's go there. Kroger owns 15 different companies. Smith's, Fryer, you name it. We talked about Kroger in the past. Why did we talk about Kroger? Because Kroger is like neck and neck fight with Walmart. I'll just put it this way: never go to the grocery store at 5 o'clock. Never go to grocery store on Sundays. Why? Because Sundays when everybody like my significant other loves Costco on Sunday. It drives me crazy because it's just a madhouse in there because people wait the last damn minute to figure out what they're going to eat for their children for the week, what groceries they're going to make. Oh, let's go Sunday and just load up on everything because we got to make the kids sandwiches for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like people do that at the grocery store too. 5 o'clock. I don't know what we having for dinner. Let me just go grab some meat from the store. Before your mama made you take out chicken, y'all don't have nobody at your house to yell at to take out the chicken. That's why the chicken don't get taken out. And so I want you to understand like what's happening. Kroger is tweaking itself to benefit from that. They're getting your information, they're getting your data. That's why I keep telling y'all data is gold. They know within a certain like certainty that you are only going to shop at a grocery store that's going on the way to your home, right? So they can sell your data saying, hey, this person's in this area, or you're only going to a grocery store that has a particular something. So if they're following you on the camera, you come into Kroger for lamb. Guess what? Lamb is more expensive next week. You know what I'm saying? They're watching you, okay? But I just want you to understand, like the data, the changing landscape. That's why I share a lot of this because people are going to sell you. Marketers are liars. They're going to tell you, oh man, Texas is crashing, Florida's crashing. Don't believe your lying eyes. Look at all these people moving back to New York. People are not moving back to New York. The cargo, the pods, the U-Haul, every single one of them tell people are leaving, but they're trying to convince you. Yeah, everybody's moving back. Yeah, they're moving back to San Francisco too. When San Francisco tell you they short on every budget, Oakland's telling you they going bankrupt. Los Angeles is 1.2 billion in a deficit hole, but people are moving back. Okay. You know, again, you have to say, do I want to research? Do I want to investigate? Just like anything you put in your body, if this information you're reading online, does this sound right? What is the angle for this person doing that? Now, everybody don't got time. Erica, I'm at a busy day. I ain't got time to be investigating why somebody doing what they do. You know, and I get it. You're busy, got kids, whatever the reasoning you want to have behind it. But I want you to understand what's happening around you and how you can invest in it, how you can grow from it, and what's coming in the next 5 years. How do you benefit? By being the person that creates the leads, gets the leads, receive the leads, sell the leads, gets the land, subdivides the land, sells the land. That's all I'm just wanting y'all to say. That's how you win. That's how you win. So read these last ones and get on out of here. Sugarland, Wilco, there you. Woo, God bless you. We had to take out that chicken and sad for you if you didn't. Website launch course. Come on, man. Put your links or email me. Email us at admin@classicclimbtx.com so I can make sure I get you on the schedule or promote your product. One of the two. It's who I think I'm talking to. Yes, the ghost kitchens on DoorDash and Uber Eats owned by food chains selling you the same things under a different name for profit. Exactly. That's why I be going to Google. I'll be like, I got to Google. I'm a big, show me the photos of the food. If I can't see photos of the food, I don't know if I want to eat it. Right. So, because I'm going to look. Okay. And then I realize it's a ghost kitchen. I usually don't order it. I don't know who back there. I don't know who making what. I need to see some faces. I got 2 Krogers about 5 minutes from my house. They watching you. They said, Terry comes in and buys ribs. Get him. But I just want y'all to know the changing landscape of things that are happening as far as, payment history, banks, lending money, get money from the bank when you don't need it. Set up your website before I need my website in May. Okay, it's May already. Get that stuff set up in January. A lot of the stuff that I want to teach and talk about, I'm putting a bunch of pre-recorded videos and put out for the summer because we are very heavy focused right now, helping 2 clients that paid me special money to help focus their business, and 2 of my wholesaler partnerships. I got to make sure they good. You know what I'm saying? There's things I have to focus on real hard this summer because it's a big leap year for me. But I'm just telling y'all, good luck out here. I always kind of bring the information to you. Brisket, lamb, chicken, whole turkey products. There you go. Except turkey bacon. I can't follow you there. It's just awful. I've had one time turkey bacon was decent. So, all right, you guys. This is your girl, Erica, Classic Climb Blog. You guys are the best. Enjoy your summer. I hope you enjoyed your Memorial Day. Kiss the people you love and have a great night.